This Mac Mini can emulate every single Nintendo console ever, and it only costs $600. A couple weeks ago, I bought this Mac Mini to edit my YouTube videos, because my previous computer was really struggling. Before I get into my thoughts as to whether or not this thing is actually worth buying, I want to first talk about the computer itself. It's really small. It has plenty of ports and looks and feels really premium. Also, it's pretty powerful, especially for the price. $600 for a full computer. I did get the base model though, because I'm definitely not paying the $200 Apple tax for an extra 256 gigs of storage. When I run out, I'll just buy an SSD. Since getting it, I've watched a ton of videos about this thing being used for gaming, and it can play some modern games like Resident Evil 4 Remake really well, but that's a native Mac port. It can also play some Windows games somewhat decently through Windows translation layers. But today I'm going to talk about what I think this thing is best suited for, and that's emulation. Specifically, Nintendo emulation. So I'm going to figure out if this thing is worth getting as an all-in-one Nintendo console replacement. I'm mostly going to be using it for Wii U emulation, and so far it's worked great. There have been a few graphical glitches, but nothing too major. The only problem that was actually annoying was screen tearing. I was testing out Twilight Princess HD and the screen tearing was really bad. Anyway, the fix was pretty simple. All I had to do was turn on VSync in the Cemu emulator. That fixed everything. After that, I was able to play without any issues and at a decent frame rate. I'm not sure how well it would have done in 4K, but my monitor is 1080p anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The Nintendo 64 emulation works great too. I was able to play Ocarina of Time without any problems. GameCube emulation also worked extremely well. One thing I noticed though is screen tearing in absolutely everything, until I manually turned on VSync in each individual emulator. I'm not going to talk about Nintendo Switch emulation in this video because I really don't want it taken down, but from what I've seen, this thing is more than capable of Nintendo Switch emulation. Recently, I've started playing Terraria again, and my old laptop would slow down all the time and I would have to restart it before playing so it could use as many resources as possible on Terraria. But on this Mac, it works flawlessly, as you'd expect from a game that came out in 2011. At first, it was slowing down whenever I jumped or my character left the ground. Anyway, the fix was pretty simple. I just had to type this into the launch options in Steam, and everything worked flawlessly from that point on. Overall, this little computer is capable of doing pretty much anything I want it to do, with the exception of playing Windows-only games, because, well, it's a Mac. If you need a desktop and don't really care about PC gaming, then this thing is perfect. And with a veteran or education discount, you can get it for $500 in the United States.